帰りなさい、ザックさん。
住人のみんなと話すために集会を開いてもらったところからやで。
それで前回か前々回に言っていた解像度が変わった事情というのがですね、このコミュニティセンターに入るところのロードでバグってしまいまして。しかも再起動して再開するとそのロードから始まってそしてバグるというほぼ積みセーブみたいになってたんですね。ですからモッドを入れたり起動方法を変えたりだのやっていたら色々変わっていたということです。
もしあのまま起動できなかったら失踪してたで。一応、そういう人向けに各チャプターでのセーブデータを配布してる人がいるんやけど、それでもサイドクエストとかの進捗は多分消えちゃうしな。
復帰用のセーブデータが用意されている界隈なんて初めて見ましたよ。といった話を踏まえてストーリーを進めましょうか。
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. Clock Tower is impressive too.
時計台と言われるとクロックタワーを思い出してまうな。
シザーマンと戦う羽目になるのは勘弁ですね。
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either.
気の役ってよくある普通キャラのエピソードやけど、本当にそれをやったことのあるザックはおるかな。うちはないで。
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York.
この距離で出しても見えへんやろ。
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please, guide your children away from such places at
子供は大変ですね。
行くなって言われたら行くものやからね。
Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
前に座るのは鋼メンタル。
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
トーマス、お前兄弟がいたんやね。
一人っ子ないしていっぽいですよね。
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
すごいまともな話でびっくりしました。
具体的には思いつかへんけど、とんでもないこと一つは言いそうやもんね。
また出た意味深しマスクおじいさん。
正直プレイ中はほとんど意味取れないから止めてほしい。
登場で尺を取りますね。
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
とんでもないこと言った。こういう言論が通じるタイプなんかグリーンベイルは。
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
また、わけのわからんことを。
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
というわけで、住人全員のお話を聞いていくことになりますので2パートに分けますね。相変わらず笑顔のかけらもないな。今ジョージに力を注ぐ理由はないだろう。
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
その通りでございます。はい。
緊張しているように見えるが、彼の中に強さを感じる。彼は真面目で素晴らしいコックだ。それが彼を有能な補佐にするかどうかは別の話だが。
Agent
料
York,
理男子は人気屋で
your words
頑張
really
れ。
made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do
え、
actually.
入れてるんで
But
すか？
why?
Could you
なん
show
と
it
な
to me,
く
please?
そういう
What?
タイプじゃないと
Now?
思ってたわ。
Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
壇上でおもむろに服を脱ぎ出すのは確かに辛い。
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
it told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
何が書いてあったんやろ。
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
G か、誰やろな、ジーナさんとか。
いやいや、ジョージかもしれませんよ。
どうやろな。
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
そうだよ、わからんかったで。
Mr. Francis York Morgan. The purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be. Informative and fruitful, you will see. So says
何言ってる
Mr.
かわから
Stewart.
へん、助けてくれ。
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
ヨーク翻訳ありがたい
Cut
で
the
すね。
poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
あ、ジョージ。
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay
また無視
close
されてる。
attention to the signs,
呆れて
the
帰っちゃいました
omens,
ね。
and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
待ってくれ。ヨーク、うちは、まだよくわかってへん。
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
全員と話してこいってことよね。任しとき。
この後、みんなで食事ですってよ。ささっと終わらせて、そっちに行きましょう。
おいおい。
Good evening, Agent.
なんやこのアメコミに出てきそうな男は、腐ったマイケルみたいや。
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Bryan. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm. Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
随分お熱だったご様子。
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
ああ、骨はこいつに持っていけばいいのかな。
ラブトレインを完成させてからにしましょうね。
成人の遺体。
Quint, you're here too. I didn't think you were the town meeting kind of guy.
A friend of mine was killed, you know, man? I'm not letting this one go quietly. I'll do anything to help you catch the scumbag who did this.
Thank you. But vigilance is not justice. Nothing good will come from desiring simple revenge.
Oh, come on, I'm not that stupid. But I'm frustrated a bit just thinking that there's nothing I can do about it.
We each have a role, purpose in life, a raison d'etre. Don't forget that.
I know. Just don't preach to me. You're sounding like my old man.
Zach, wow. I'm in shock like a weasel in an electric chair. You just made me realize that I must be getting old.
ヨークは何歳なんでしょう。
まだ、アラサーってどこかな。若く見えるけど。
So, finding your way around okay?
Yes, pretty much. But some people are hard to get along with.
People problems, huh? I thought city folks were used to things like that.
都会の人間関係は薄弱だとはよく言いますね。
人間関係が強いのがいいかというとそうでもないのが難しいところよね。
It's simple, really. There's only 3 types of people. Criminals, victims, and investigators.
そう
Everyone
いう
else are
話じゃ
just
なかった。
vegetables. Vegetables called other people.
You really are strange.
相変わらずいい人です。
ポリーさん。
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Hiya.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
年の功は強しですね。といったところで区切りましょう。
また見てな、ザック。